Hello, and welcome back to Therapist Plays Night in the Woods. All right, everyone, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we patched things up with Cat Mom. Because I just could not continue this game. To be quite honest, I would have quit right on the spot if we couldn't patch things up with Cat Mom. It would have destroyed my soul because I was thinking a lot about this between this episode and the last, how this fight got started and how it got resolved, and when I compare that to some of the other households in Night of the Woods. And I haven't seen every aspect of every character's household situation, so maybe this is like a post-game standalone analysis video to like actually make this distinction, but at least what I've seen from B's household, and Greg has mentioned like family stuff, not always the best. We don't know exactly the extent to their family issues, but at least the Borowski household, there's been a pretty quick resolution to this. And, well, what seems apparent to me is that the other kids, adults, in Possum Springs, of May's age group, and probably most people in the town, actually, given their environmental circumstances, the vague pressure of economic stagnation or perhaps collapse, the lack of upward momentum in their futures, and the kind of cyclical generational antagonism that they each experience, like that divide of relatability keeps growing with every generation, it's quite possible that everyone in this little town is experiencing toxic stress. Now, toxic stress, I haven't talked about on the channel before, but it is low intensity, high frequency stress. So not something traumatic happening every single day, but a constant sense of pressure or stress going on almost at all times and in most of the environment at a high frequency. So happening a lot, all the time, both inside the household and outside the household. When we have toxic stress, people either become over-functioning or under-functioning in response to that. So over-functioners, they're more likely to have a lot of anxiety, and they may overwork themselves, they may overextend themselves, and they actually become avoidant to rest. So that's kind of over-functioning, and the kinds of adaptive coping styles you'll see with that are often more stimulant use. So smokers, adrenaline chasers. Greg, for example, strikes me as an overfunctioner. Okay, his response to stress is like pretty high intensity. Yeah, we don't know enough about him to get into like formal diagnostics, but I would say that he fits into that category. He is not in a natural window of tolerance. He's kind of above that. And then underfunctioners are people who tend to avoid not rest, but more activities. So more depressive type symptoms, isolation, withdrawal, more alcohol use is common. And also like hyper repetition of things like sitting on your stoop all day, not really doing much. Procrastination, similar in here. And so you have that. People adapt differently to that kind of stress, toxic stress. You see it in everybody's lives. I think B is more of an underfunctioning type. Greg is more overfunctioning. Probably people like the city council more overfunctioning. They seem to be kind of everywhere and getting their noses in everything, like overproductive in a sense. Overfunctioners, they tend to also be perfectionistic. That's like a trait of that kind of anxiety. So, like I said, avoidant of rest, restful type behaviors. And then you see more underfunctioning in maybe a lot of the kids, the youth in the underground. Like some kids you're gonna see, it looks like they're not interested in anything. It's partially probably because they're dealing with the toxic stress in that sense. And some kids you're gonna see like super hyperactive, and it's a similar response in a different direction. Now, I bring all this up because you look at someone like May, and her household is not a toxic stress environment. Like, actually, her parents probably are under that kind of stress, right? Financial issues, the debt crisis, the perception of the town on their parenting after May's incident, whatever it was. But they insulate her so well from that, or have insulated her so well from that. I really appreciate that, like, in the last conversation, Mom was like, well, you're an adult now, so I can tell you what we struggled through, after your incident. That was clearly the first she'd heard of that. So they've done really well to insulate her from that, which means a couple of things. The first thing it means to me is that it distinguishes May quite a lot from the other people in town, the other people in her peer group, which is why she seems a little disconnected from, like, why don't you just quit your job? Like, not really perceiving that the way that B is coping with the circumstances of her life are to be an under-functioning stress type. Like, the coping style is more dissociative, like kind of mentally checking out, because that's what's effective in her circumstances. She doesn't have an outlet to be, productive, really, in that sense. It's the same reason why telling Greg to calm down wouldn't really work, or, like, he has the worst fucking job for his personality, which is just, like, sitting all day as a clerk. That's why he takes his breaks to just, like, literally smash shit. Like, he needs that. So you have, like, the home environments where the parental structures, like B's father, very under-functioning, sitting on the couch all day, withdrawing, drinking alcohol, like, that's sort of going to inspire a similar coping pattern in B, especially because he's the authority figure. Probably in Greg's household, you see similar to his patterns of behavior, very over-functioning type, more perfectionistic, more anxious. And then in May's house, what do you have? She comes home, and what is she greeted by? Come in and sit down with me and watch some comedy on the couch. When she wakes up from a very long episode of sleep, someone let me know to, like, check the clock when she wakes up. It's like the middle of the day. She's so real for that. She comes downstairs and Mom is there reading and invites her to hear about the book and asks her what she's up to. Only recently have they sort of expanded those conversations to include, like, hey, are you ready to talk about, like, what happened at school? Thought about getting a job? Like, they are titrating up the level of pressure, but really being mindful of, like, is she actually able to hear that at this moment? Because they know that she could be sensitive to it. So that's one thing. Like, that is why, to me, she is so distinct from the others. She seems a little oblivious because she's not really endured those kinds of toxic stress environments. She doesn't know what this is. It's like why she's so carefree, in a sense. And I think this is a great thing for her. It's fantastic. Every fucking child in the world should grow up without toxic stress in their lives. That's why I think that those are great parents who, when they have gone too far, they've, like, very quickly turned it around. So excellent parenting there by the Borowskis. Now, the second thing that I think this means is you had a non-toxic stress environment that May grew up in, where she didn't have to deal with being put down verbally, being dismissed by her parents, wasn't held to standards outside of what she could achieve, right? That is sort of like what I would gather from a healthy household. And so she hasn't developed any maladaptive coping skills to deal with that. What you see from Greg is, like, hyperactivity, and from B you see dissociation. And now let's take that kid, May, who has not developed any maladaptive coping skills in a good sense because she hasn't had to deal with a toxic stress environment. Now let's ship her off to school. Probably her first introduction to an environment that does start to exhibit more low-intensity, high-frequency stressors. She needs to be more self-motivated, self-directed, She needs to pay more attention to her grades. She needs to, socialize in a very different capacity. Probably didn't get away very well with sleeping all day. Like, there was probably a lot of things introduced to her life that she was like really uninitiated to. And I don't think that the solution to that is like, oh, well, that's why people need to be stressed earlier on, to expose them to it so that they're ready. No. I think it's a problem that school is also a toxic stress environment, like the way that schools are designed and the societal pressures on kids who go to them. But she just probably needed more, I don't know, encouragement, support. Like, she needed a real fucking therapist, not this hack, Dr. Hank or whoever she had at the school. And, well, what do you know? Probably being in that environment was too overwhelming, and so she came back home to an environment where she never experienced that kind of toxic stress. And now she's back here, and she's in a different stage of life than she was when she was just a kid. And some of those natural pressures that come with maturity are put her at her feet, like getting a job and etc. So that's like, now that I've played a decent amount of this, I'm sort of like, okay, I think that's probably what's going on. That's why she seems quite distinct from the other people in town in terms of how she looks at her situation. I don't think it's just a sort of lack of maturity or she's naive. She's aware that she needs to get a job. Like, she immediately was like, wow, that's a fucked up thing that I did, causing you to go into debt, Mom. Like, she's not a fucking idiot. She has not had to adapt to the same degree as many other people in town. And that's actually a fucking good thing, by the way. It's actually a great thing for her. But yeah, the consequence of adapting well in a world that doesn't reward that and isn't designed to facilitate that, like, that's something her parents can create in her household, but the world's not designed like that. It means that she is struggling to adjust a little bit. But I think this person has a better chance at adapting to a world like this than someone who just goes from a toxic stress environment at home into a toxic stress environment at work and into the world, and like, that's just their life. Now, that does not explain whatever this incident was. Like, did she have a moment of psychosis? We don't know. We're gonna find out at some point, but it may not be explained. I would be very, 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 very shocked if it were explained by something environmental in her home to cause that. But we will dive into that analysis at a later time. Now, let me know if you would like more discussion on this point. Maybe once I get further in the game and I get a little bit of a glimpse into the other households, like, because this is really interesting, really important stuff. Like, when I'm putting together a profile of someone, right, trying to understand, like, what are the behaviors I'm seeing? What is this person trying to adapt to? This is a lot of the stuff you have to think about. But it's just kind of what I see from a lot of the people in town. More under-functioning as a coping response to the stressors of everyday life. How's it going, Selmers? How was your Halloween? Weird. Went to Harfest. Saw some messed up shit that I think was real. Then had a really bad nightmare. Cool, I stayed in and ate candy and watched TV. God, Selmers, she's actually pretty well adjusted too, all things considered. Did she say something about, like, some of the difficulties she's going through? It's been a little while, but I think she was struggling with finding a job, but she got a job? I don't know. I want to know what's going on in Summer's life. Halloween episodes were on. Well, I was out living a Halloween episode, okay? Whoa. Yep. Want to hear a new poem? Of course! It's Autumn Wins, Autumn Sins. Okay. I like how she gets a comment in. Like, I'm in. Autumn Times. Autumn Crimes. What is considered an autumn crime? I would like to know. Robbing a gas station, then blowing it up in November. Oh yeah, that makes sense. God. She's such a badass. Hey, Mr. Shazikov. Yes, Selma? You're gonna break your neck someday. I will make sure to fall right on you. Well, I'm a big enough target. I'm bigger than you. We should be covered. You too. Leaves, leaves, leaves. Is that a poem? Nope. Okay, so maybe we can get another history lesson. The missus varnished this porch herself. Don't go tracking muddle over it. You know, as much as I like to give shit to the adults of this town as well, adults were one day children. They were. My natural sympathy for the younger population. It really shouldn't have a cutoff, you know, and it doesn't. But I just feel like at some point, as you mature, once you become aware of some of the influences of your life and your adverse child experiences and that sort of thing, it then becomes your responsibility to do something about them. And I guess that's why it's a little harder with kids, because I'm like, well, the expectation for them to sort of have this knowledge and deal with it is very low compared to an adult. But that's not to say that, like, you know, we don't know anything about this guy's life. What compels a man to sit upon his stoop and be so critical of anyone who so much as steps on it? I mean, he doesn't really do anything about it. That's pretty cool of him. You know what? I think he's a fine gentleman. I think he's just fine. I think he's just protecting his assets. I don't know where I'm going. I wanted to go up and talk to Mr. Shazikov. I realize now that I need to go back this way. Oh, that's not true. I can get up there on this guy's stoop. Just sent those acorns flying. Okay. Time for a triple jump. Let's go! I'm loving these misty autumn vibes. Okay. Mr. Shazikov. Miss May Borowski. Present? Smell the autumn winds. Yeah, hard to miss it. One should not miss such a thing. Talking of, I want to see some stars. Yeah, come have a look. Are we going to be able to see them with the climate? I'm blind! This is your own fault at this point, I would say. Every single time she's done that. Found one. Let's see. Ah, a serpent. Big snake. Big snake. Yep. I saw a big snake once. At the zoo. In Scouts, we were hiking. And one was sunning itself on a rock. What a treat. I was thinking it's rare to see a snake just randomly relaxing. What's up with this one? Big snake emerged from the earth and made war upon the villages. What villages? You know, villages. Okay. And as he wrapped himself around them, the villagers saw that they were encircled by the same big snake. And they came together. And together they slew the big snake. You learn. Why did Big Snake attack the people? That's a great question, May. That is a fantastic question to ask. Do you have sympathy for the big snake? Jeez, I don't know, but can we just keep saying Big Snake? She's wonderful. Big snake. Snake. Big snake. What a great educator he is. She is more likely to learn when she is having fun. And that's probably why she struggled at school, because school wasn't fun for her. School isn't designed to be fun, it's designed to be difficult. Star located, Captain. Let us consult the guide. And that's why you remember the teachers who make school fun, because that's usually not the norm. Like, that teacher who made things fun for you is usually the one who stands out, because they, whether they knew it or not, were providing you a respite from whatever toxic, stressful environment might have been occurring at home or elsewhere at the school. This does happen a lot, you know. Maybe you didn't even have anything going on at home. Maybe you had great parents like May, but then like you go to school and there's bullying, there's difficulty adapting to social norms, there's schools, you know, they look at children very homogeneously, unfortunately. Like, that's why we get fucking standardized tests, and yeah, anyone who is sort of outside norms is treated quite poorly by other kids, not always on purpose, but due to lack of understanding and lack of education by the institution to support them. And so you can have situations where the home's not a toxic stress environment, but school is. But this is preferable to both environments being toxic stress, obviously, because home at least is then like a relief from, you know, a difficult school life. And maybe school is a relief from difficult home life for a lot of people, as it is. And that's why we need educators like Mr. Shazikov here, who is just willing to indulge the curiosity and fun of his pupils. Wittingly or not, he is restoring the brain's capacity to be unguarded towards environmental stress. Because that is what is keeping us alert all the time. Like, having to constantly pay attention to vocal shifts in authoritative figures, if we're in trouble, if we're under threat of some kind. That's going to fatigue us quite a bit. The higher your stress, the lower your dopamine. The lower your dopamine, the more likely we are to see behaviors like procrastination, muscular and mental fatigue, tiredness, poor sleep quality. And so you get this nasty cycle of kids being stressed, not having enough dopamine in their system to really be motivated or goal-oriented. And then they go off to school and they're not doing well at school. And then they're rewarded at home punitively with, you're not doing well at school. And then you end up with the problem child who's, he has problem behaviors. These are not problem behaviors. These are normative responses to stress. Procrastination is a normative response to low dopamine. Low dopamine is a normative response to high stress. High stress is a normative response to stressful things happening to a child, like yelling at them or putting them down. Like, it doesn't take a lot of fucking brain power to understand why, like, kids act out. Actually, when you just fucking think about it for like more than 25 seconds. But we'd rather sort of like identify them as non-compliant because they're stupid or whatever else. It's just, I don't know why stuff like this, like seeing a good teacher is setting me the fuck off for like my beliefs about bad teaching and all this stuff. But I'm just so appreciative of, like, this is why May is such a fucking a good little bean in this world. She's got good parents, a good teacher, she's got good friends, and she's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right. I just know it. Oh, you will like this one. Really? Because they're dead. Okay, yeah, I'm into it. Gramercy the Medium. In life, he spoke with dead. Really? Who knows? But when he died, his own spirit returned and spoke through him. Wait, that's dumb. How so? That's just called being alive. That's great. Not so, his body was dead. So he was like a zombie, but just as smart as before. No looking for brains. So like normal, but he smelled bad. Just so. Why did they make this guy into a star? God, she is so real. I have no idea. I guess it's kind of impressive. Dumb, but impressive. So what's the moral of this one? Moral? Yeah, usually star things like this have some sort of moral. Sometimes things are just strange. That's the moral? That is our pair for the day. Well, gee willikers, Mr. Shazikov. Willikers. This is brilliant. Wow, that was pretty great. Look how much fun she's having. Learning! What a fucking revelation! Is learning more when you're having fun and you're not stressed? A fucking crazy, crazy revelation. Yes, it was. More in a couple of days? Absolutely. I will always return for whatever he's got in the stars. Big snake. Okay. Onward to our next adventure. Okay. First things first. The pretzel stand. The pierogi stand. Thank goodness this man is open all day long, every single day of the week, because those baby rats are just, they're not going to feed themselves, folks. So it's up to us. And this is just getting easier and easier. I mean, it's not even a challenge anymore. It's not even something I have to second guess. I would love to see, like, she even said no fucking way. Oh my god, I truly am in tune with the roleplay. I was gonna say, I would love to see her hand get, like, less shaky as she's just it gets easier and easier for her. This is unfairly easy, she says. One pretzel is enough for my tiny rat darlings. Girl, maybe for now, but they seem to be multiplying. Hey, Miss Rosa. Oh, hello, May. How are you feeling today? Oh, I feel the damp and cold down here, but it's in my bones wherever I go, so no harm. Did you want to talk about Granddad? Oh, yes. Where was I? I think she was talking about the troublemakers. Right. Back then, there were places that brought us all together, or at least brought us together in bits and bobs. The old Smokies, the Grand Bears, the Lodge of old, the Church and the Union. There'd be dances up at the HB. That's where I met your granddad. Oh, a lifetime ago. What was he like back then? Plain in most respects, prone to fits of melancholy, but funny and wild when the occasion called. Surprising is, I guess, the word. What did your daddy say about him? Strict but nice, distant but trying. It's probably a little bit of both, right? Maybe distant but trying. Sounds right. That sounds... You alright, Miss Rosa? Oh, yes. Let's talk another time. Okay. Hope you feel better? Oh, May. Oh, dear May. Might be something up with Rosa here. Maybe she's ailing. But I guess we'll find out the next time we talk to her. Oh, look at this. The kids are back. Hey, kind of a weird question, but is anyone missing? What? Like anyone you know who was out last night and didn't come back? I don't think so. What's going on? Nothing. I thought I saw something. Okay, you should tell us if this is something. Just be careful, okay? Keep an eye out. And let me know if you see anything weird, okay? I mean, you all hang out together constantly. You're safer than anyone else I know. Huh. What do you know? These kids in the tunnel have started speaking to us because We showed authentic interest in them and their well-being. Isn't that something? Somehow they seem less resistant to get involved and to upregulate even just a minor bit from a state of general underfunctioning. Because we spoke about something with relevance to them. Something's happening in our town. Maybe something that applies to them, something dangerous. And we expressed concern for their well-being. I don't think we're exactly in just yet. I mean, we may never be in, but it is progress. Okay. I'm sure we didn't miss anything. I'll head back this way a little bit. Whoa. There's someone moving in. Probably something dumb. I miss you, pizza place. Ah, yes, we all mourn our favorite establishments. Let's see what Angus is up to. You up for band practice in a bit? I guess. Weird night. How so? I'll tell you about it later. Okay. Angus, he seems to be... Is there anything wrong with him? There kind of isn't anything wrong with him. Perhaps he's, I don't know, got a similar thing going on that I was talking about with May. He doesn't have the markers to me of someone going through toxic stress, or you don't have to be living in toxic stress to still have the markers of it later on in life. In fact, we know from the Adverse Childhood Experiences study, the ACEs study, that the kinds of things that I was talking about, like those low intensity, high frequency stressors throughout childhood, they have high predictability for health problems later on in life, both mental and physical. And so then it does become very generational, like the environments that we create mirror those of the ones we grew up in, because that's kind of what we adapted to. So yeah, I wonder in Angus's case what sort of situation he had going on. Seems that he has a very stabilizing effect on Greg, though, which we love. We love that for Greg, and we love it for Angus. Probably gives him something exciting in his life as well. War is some bullshit. She just keeps hitting them out of the park. She's just hitting home runs. You hear me, statue? I guess you were drafted. Ugh. You died before you got to enjoy the statue they made of you. It's garbage. They can't make me go to war. I'll go underground. I'll join some sort of group that's against war and stuff. We'll blow up war stuff and sabotage other war stuff. I'll live in the shadows for decades. No address. Always on the run. Living in a trailer in the desert. It'll be awesome. She is so fucking real for that. Anyone who thinks that she's stupid or imperceptive simply is missing the bigger picture for someone like May. Because she's definitely not those things. So today's my last day. Oh dear, I'm gonna miss you. It happened so fast. Let us know how it is. I will. I'll come visit. Can't leave you two to fend for yourselves. Oh dear, what are we gonna do without you? You wanna go to see a movie or something? Yeah, let me get settled in. And we can go on an outing. And you'll see me whenever you go for groceries. That's true. I ain't going far. Not far at all. Coffee. Cigarette. Okay. I guess maybe they're just moving jobs. Still can't go in the fat pocket pond, huh? For now, at least. We'll hit the church. We'll hit the baby rats. All the regulars. Before we see Greg and B. I love how this game mirrors, like, the structure of the game to what May would be doing, like, kind of developing a routine. Kind of going to these similar places, seeing what's going on. It's just brilliant. I don't feel right about it. I know, but sometimes the right thing doesn't feel right. I just think, it's just wrong to take something when folks don't want you to take it. Well, I feel like God would see this differently. I do, at least. That's because you're a good person. Puzzled. Hungry. Hey, hey. Hey again. Hey. So I had this really bad dream last night. I love how she's just like, hey, I'm gonna get whoever involved in what's going on with me. Me too. I dreamed I was a pizza, and I was afraid someone would slice me. Jeez. Yep. This just makes me sad we don't have a pizza place anymore. Gotta order it from out by the highway now. Tragic. I had a dream I was a goose flying south, and I had to keep up with the other gooses, or I'd get lost. That's sad. Weren't a good dream. What are y'all talking about? She didn't share what her dream was. Big meeting coming up. City council. Yep. About Bruce here. Wow, that's intense. We'd appreciate your prayers. This is precisely the kind of time where God shows up. Hope so. Me too. Okay, so the city council, like what? They don't want to help Bruce out? Do they want to help Bruce? And the pastor does. Those city council members, they won a crumb of respect from me from letting me throw water balloons at them during Harfest, but just a crumb. We'll see what they're really made of at that meeting, or after the meeting. I don't know if we'll be invited. Okay, let's see what Mom was up to. Hey, church mom. Hey, heathen daughter. Oh, I'll make it in here someday. But come on, seriously, no one likes getting up on Sunday. I find it very enriching. Your father does too, mostly. But he attends, and that's important. And he knows it means a lot to me. All right, well, guilt thoroughly tripped. You do work for the church. That's not what faith is like, hon. There's more grace than condemnation. Kinda. Whatever. All right, I'm out. See you later, sweetie. Oh, that's nice. Her parents, mom especially, not strictly conformist, not forcing her to go to, you know, their place of worship, to believe in what they believe. And what do you know? She doesn't have like a high level of resistance to it because she's kind of able to engage with it on her own terms rather than being kind of forced into it as an expectation. One of the many things that would contribute to a pretty toxic household, if that was the case. I mean, I know I'm talking crazy over here again, but, you know, spirituality can be a very high source of meaning for people and might make up a great percentage of their source of meaning in life. And to force someone whose brain is not fully even developed to understand the concepts of spirituality in all of its many complex forms, and to tell them that it is meaningful to them before they have been able to discover or decide that for themselves, it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange to do that to a kid. I'm speaking crazy though, I know. Radical stuff, guys. Did you go to Harfest? Yeah, ended up in a play because my friend B screwed it up. Cool. I hate pizza. Oh, excuse me. I ate pizza and watched Blood Gorgon. Blood Gorgon? Italian movie from like 1980. Lots of blood, but it's like theatrical. Ooh, it's a giallo film. The fucking taste of young Laurie here. Italian giallo horror films and stuff. Girls' boarding school. Bunch of ghosts kidnapping them, taking them to the blood gorgon. Is something wrong? No, just I think I saw a ghost or something last night. I'm not sure. That sounds like kind of awesome. It was like the opposite of awesome. Oh, sorry. It's cool. I'll see you later. Good luck with your ghost problem. Thanks. You see someone mess up the mural in the tunnel? Yeah, pretty funny. I mean, very weird and bad. Any idea who did it? No. A lot of suspects, though. Yeah, whole town full of suspects. Fucking Laurie is the best. Okay. Did I miss my window into the baby rats? Where are they? Are they on this level? No. Okay, maybe I just missed the window. That was like here. Or maybe up there? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh. Yes. Yes, I'm outside your window. Not bothering you at all. Baby rats, baby rats, baby rats! Got a warm pretzel for you today, rats. Plastic flowers are like super depressing for some reason. Dead flowers are less depressing than plastic ones. All right, my little miracle rats, time to eat. There's 4 of them now. They really are multiplying. Oh, I have to catch them. Wow, there's so many of you. Someday you won't need me anymore, and you'll leave. Will I even recognize you on the street as we pass each other? I love you, miracle rats. Oh, May Borowski. And she is gonna have to go through that acceptance. That departure at some point. And she recognizes it too. she knows she knows that the emotion is coming, but I don't think she's ready for how hard it's gonna hit. Okay, let's go see Greg. See if there's a little side quest for Jeremy. Oh, my favorite 2 people. It's wet again, and I'm cold again. It's just rain. Hey, why are we still standing out here? Someone has to. They've become a staple of my journey through the town every day. The ghost melters. Hey, dude. Hey, you. Working here now? Yep. Sucks. But it pays. Question, how do they fit a kitchen in there? Barely. What do you do here? Grill man and janitor. I cook and mop. At the same time? Yes. Wait, they're not working at the old pickaxe anymore? It's curious. Germ! Hey! What's up, kid? You smell weird. Why is my aunt's car here? That's your aunt? Yeah. Oh, weird that, like, makes you half cop. You'll never half catch me, half cop, ah. I didn't know what they're doing up there. Huh? You go to Harfest? Nah, over it. Cool. I had kind of a weird time. Weird bad time, actually. It's a guaranteed weird bad time. Yeah. Are those people from yesterday still here? Don't know. We're not, like, good friends or anything. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought you'd know. I was wondering if they ever met Casey out there somewhere. I can ask. I used to ask. I just hate thinking about him out there all by himself. Aw, Casey's tough. He'll be fine. When you gotta get out, you gotta get out. Yeah, I guess. Well, see you at band practice. That's true. He's always there. Real talk. Do you actually like watching us play? Yeah, I mean, you're not good, but yeah. Oh man, Germ is so fucking brutally honest. Not my style. Why does he go then? What is your style? Black metal. Thrash crossover? Hip hop? I like witch dagger. That kind of metal. Oh yeah, like that doom shit, right? Totally. What? You know, one time a guy followed me home. Like, a guy from the tracks. What? Okay, whatever, I gotta get going. I think we're curious. What did you do? It was like some night back in the summer. And out of the corner of my eye, I could kind of see this dude take this turn out of the parking lot and start creeping up the hill. Like, 50 feet back. But like, I didn't want to look right at him. I took a detour through the woods and sat in a tree. It was getting dark, but like, I could see him just standing off of the road, waiting for me to come down. Oh my god, or holy shit. Let's go with holy shit. What did you do? After it got dark, I climbed down and got up the hill real quick. Ah! Yeah, it was a weird bad time. I'm so upset right now. I know, right? See ya. Where did he just go? He just disappeared into the stairs. Ah. What were you doing out here last night? I saw someone kidnap someone. Like a kid. I don't know if May would be so open with Aunt Malcop. This sounds like more like what she would say, but I kind of do want to know what her reaction to this would be. Tell me what you saw again. Someone in a big old coat with someone over their back. Uh-huh. And you chased them down here? Yeah. And I got to the fence and they were up in the woods. All right, thank you, May. I knew you were just gonna brush this off. May, there's been no missing person reports. That tends to happen when a kid goes missing from something like Harfest. Hell, I got 6 calls about kids out too late. There will be a report. I'm reporting! This right here! This is a report! May, there's no break on the fence. So unless someone could jump this thing while carrying a teenager who hasn't been reported as missing... Any theories, May? They could have gone around the fence! I don't know, May. This fence goes out along the parking lots, almost to the tracks. For you to be right behind them, and then to be miraculously on the other side of the fence? I was running around half the night, getting after teenage bullshit, and people scared of clotheslines and noises. Are you trying to kick off a horror movie? No one believes the girl who saw the ghost. Well, I have bad news for you. The cop always dies. Jesus. I'm sorry. We're talking about a ghost now? It must have gone through the fence? Really, May? No? Yes? I don't know. I'm surprised she's not doing her signature. I'm really tired. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Will you at least check the woods? May, me and Dan McConnell were up there this morning because of what you said last night. On the fence up to the old mine, found a couple of teenagers on a gross mattress. We saw some worried-looking deer. One deer hunter out too early. That can't be it. That's it. So she actually did look into it. That's... The cop always dies! Okay, May. I don't know. We definitely saw it from her point of view. It's quite the mystery. Okay. Let's head to the Snack Falcon. swoop in for a bite. God, it's just a fucking tragedy that this man, this sweet boy, sits here all day, an overfunctioning type, with like such an excess amount of energy, and probably not the best attention span, in a town where basically nothing happens and like almost no one comes in. Like, no wonder every time we talk to him, he basically starts by screaming. Sup, dude? Long night. Weird night. What's up? I'll tell you at the band practice. Cool. What you up to? Just saying hello. Hello! What you up to? Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna hang out with Greg today. Well, and if he does have, like, some mood shifting, like I said, we wouldn't see so much rapid cycling commonly with actual bipolar diagnosis. It's possible. I mean, rapid cycling is also a thing. Less common, though. But, yeah, that would make him less archetypal, overfunctioning, underfunctioning. We would see, well, quite a range between those two things for him. He did seem a little less excitable at this moment. Okay. To the old pickaxe. I don't think there's anything else that we needed to do. The only other thing I was going to check is the newsstand, which there hasn't really been anything new at this thing. But I will always take an opportunity to do a little bit of this. Okay. Now the day is complete. Let's see what B is up to. So it's just her working here now, too. Hey, B. Hey, thanks again for last night. I owe you one. It's fine. It was fun. My night got, like, really weird and bad after. How so? Tell you later, I guess. Still like putting it together. Okay, well, let me know how that goes. I will. I think it's band practice today. Yeah, I'm gonna go hunt down Greg. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, no, he's at the Snack Falcon. I don't know how that guy stays employed. He steals constantly, breaks supplies for fun, and leaves work whenever he wants. Greg plays by his own rules. It feels more like the world plays by his rules. Whoa. I don't even know what that means. Still. Whoa. Oh man, they're so funny together. Okay, perhaps we do just initiate the band practice with Greg, and then we choose who we hang out with later. So let's do that. I mean, it makes total sense, though, that B is likely to be a more underfunctioning type. Again, underfunctioning, I just mean in terms of their, like, normative stress response, how their nervous system is reacting to stress. It doesn't mean, like, cognitive functioning or, like, behavioral effectiveness. She's just downregulated constantly. More dissociative coping response. And by dissociation, I don't mean like something bad. I just mean sort of mentally checking out. People are dissociating constantly, like many times throughout the day. You probably have in the last 30 minutes, maybe even while watching this video or listening to it. It's just a step away from the present moment. And sometimes we associate that with like an extreme response to trauma or whatever, but like dissociation is very, 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 very normal and common. But she's probably a little more equipped to deal with the job that she has being a clerk because she can kind of just mentally check out and maybe the days go by a little faster. But Greg, like, he's overfunctioning. His nervous system is overfunctioning. And so he doesn't really fit this environment, and no wonder he's just like bouncing off the walls, stealing shit, leaving early. Okay, let's go to band practice. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, time for a new song. Back to watch this fiasco again, huh? Yep. You're our only fan, Germ. I'm just here to be entertained. I'm a gentleman of leisure. Nice. Germ is the coolest. This town is full of cool people. With the most interesting job in the world. It's all clerks. Very cool clerks. Hey, dude. You okay? You look tired. I was up all night. They were fixing the roof door, and it was super loud. Roof door? Yeah, the door at the top of the stairs that goes out to the onto the roof. Now I can, like, I don't know, run from that door down in the lobby up to the roof and pee out the side of the building? Yeah, maybe not. But what's to stop random people from doing that too? Dude, it'll be fine. Sorry, I'm just tired. Fair. Ready to go? Yeah, let's do this shit. Pumpkinhead guy. Okay, let's fucking lock in. Oh my god, the songs are getting harder. I see him out on the streets and I can't... He's looking in the tunnel. He's coming up the street! His shadow's... It's going too fast. It's behind the mask. Life comes and goes way too fast. For me to even ask. He's the Pumpkinhead guy. Nightmare... Oh my gosh. Running to my door and I can't find the right key. The moon is taking... Fuck. I whisper in the dark, oh god, he's right behind me. He's coming up the street. His shadow stretching from his feet. Into my heart, it's beating. He's the Pumpkinhead guy. What's behind the mask? Life comes and goes way too fast for me to even ask. He's the Pumpkinhead guy. The window, I see him. You cannot. This is like a... This is like an Iron Maiden song. Oh my god. Shit. What is going on? Okay, wait. Lock in, Brady. Oh my god. It's getting more difficult. Wow, May, that was pretty bad is what it was. I literally do not know this song. Why do we only play songs we don't know? Whew. So fast. You just pushed a button. I'm so tired. I strained my vocal cords yelling. Awesome. I'm gonna sound so husky. And anyway, I don't even know if they're dreams or not. And this guy, who I think was a ghost, kidnapped some kid, and also I think was in my head after, while I was sleeping. And anyway, yeah, I think I need to do something. Because this is scary. Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear tonight. Are you okay, dude? No! I'm kind of freaked out. It probably wasn't a ghost. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, definitely. Okay, fine. I'll go figure this out myself. Oh, dude, don't be like that. You got us. Aw, dudes. Okay, fine. So, we need to maybe see if there's, like, some ghosty stuff happening around here. Like, from a source we can trust. Such as... Does the newspaper have, like, a ghost section? Oh my goodness. I just love her so much. What? Why is that a dumb question? You know, we could go check the library. For books? About it? No, they have the local paper on file going back a century. If there's some secret history of kidnapper ghosts, we'll find it there probably. Oh wow, I didn't even know they had that. I thought it was just like a broken down old bunch of books. When's the last time you were at the library? We actually have one of the nicer ones around. Oh, how? Rich dude who paid for it way back when? Yeah, they set up a foundation and... Never mind. Let's go. Can we regroup after? Sure. Okay, we'll be back. Woohoo. Ghosties. That's the spirit. The library. Good friends indulging here. Look, jobs. Weird, like, when this was painted, it was like, hey, look out the window. We're all working. Things are great. Now it's like one of the graffiti murals after someone gets shot or hit by a car. This mural is really affecting you. I forget that we live in separate realities. Mine's clearly better. Pumpkinhead guy. Well, yeah, in some respects they do live in a different reality. Beyond the more physical adaptations that we would see with someone like B, who's maybe more in the underfunctioning category response to stress. Think about how some of her perceptions and cognitions have adapted as well. That higher sense of cynicism or jadedness likely developed out of her predicting, you know, pretty poor outcomes for her circumstances and doing so pretty correctly. She's learned to recognize what the obvious limitations of her own circumstances are so that she can find the safest corner of them where some of those physiological coping responses become their most effective. May, on the other hand, someone who hadn't grown up necessarily in such a toxic stress environment, she is likely to be a little more optimistic. Maybe to the point of even being naive because she doesn't have that predictive ability of poor outcomes. And again, I think the world has it backwards when they look at someone like May and say, oh, how naive, you grew up sheltered, and so you're not equipped to deal with the harsh realities of the world. Why is the world a harsh reality? Why are we putting that on the fucking person? You gotta grow up harder to deal with the harsh realities of the world. Because why don't we work on the fucking world? Maybe we focus on making that not such a miserable fucking place to be. And then there wouldn't be any consequences to having a positive upbringing. Imagine that, philosophers of the modern age. This series it's getting more out of me than others because of its subject matter. Disco Elysium was like my liberation of allowing myself to speak on political subjects, and this one is like just the perfect avenue for sociological subjects. It's kind of wonderful. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not wonderful at all. You're the one watching. You tell me. Maybe I sound like a fucking insane person, but I don't know. Seems kind of obvious to me where the problems lie. Yes, the individual has a responsibility to adapt appropriately to their environment, but maybe if their environment wasn't so fucking shit as a starter, then the burden wouldn't be on the individual so much. Hey, closing in 2 hours. Okay, cool. Another clerk! Any idea where the microfiche is? Yeah, what? Someone commented, whenever I go into a building, I'm like, what's the clerk situation like in here? That is my first instinct at this point. What kind of clerk situation we got? What are they like? What's their world like? What are they thinking about? I just think clerks, such an essential role in society, completely underutilized, the entire structure of a clerk. And I don't necessarily know what the solution is, but my brief stint as a library clerk at my university gave me a soft spot for them. Kind of like this, actually. Microfiche. Microfiche. Third floor. Okay, thanks. Up. Slow night. Yep. Spooky here, all alone. I'd be spooked. Eh. Larry's wandering around here somewhere. Larry, huh? Okay. Pretty average clerk situation. Oh, it's not as spooky up here. Looks like someone left something open on this one. It's a resume. Bob Targ, born 1967, 50 years old. Let's see. Experience: mining, construction, well drilling. I never think about getting a job when I'm old. 50's not really old. I mean, you should have money then, right? Girl! Yes! Yes, you fucking should! If B comes back at her like, oh, how naive and how ignorant, then she has fallen into the propaganda of her fucking society, which has convinced her that 50's too young to have developed a sustainable kind of lifestyle to where you don't have to work as much. You should be able to fucking retire at age 50. And the fact that it becomes increasingly difficult to do that is something wrong with society. The sad fact is, most people are not going to have enough money at 50 to not work. Like most, the majority, a very, very slim amount of people will be able to do that. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. Ideally, it should be like guaranteed. Yes! She is speaking so much truth. This episode should be guaranteed in general. You gonna join my young socialist shadow? Yes, let's fucking do it. Oh, okay. I was a bit too slanderous of B there. She sort of poked at us a little bit, but she did not decry us for being naive. She's more she's got the right idea then. Ideally, yes. You shouldn't have to work as much. Holy crap. What? It's Charity Barity. What's Charity Barity? How do you not know what Charity... how do you not know Charity Barity? I'm struggling with reading these dialogues this episode for some reason. I assume this is something from school. The school of being 5 freaking years old. Alright. So this was the thing you liked as a kid? No! I hated Charity Barity! It does look really hateable. It was like you were kidnapped by a cult. Oh, cult stuff. And when they were like brainwashing you, instead of some cult guy with a wavy dagger and a magic mask, that's not... Okay, yeah, go on. Instead of that, it was this effing pink nightmare. You were scared of it? No! I was bored to death. It was like, it was talking forever about like being kind to others. And like, I don't know, helping an old neighbor do engine repair. That sounds nice. Charity Barity helps old Mr. Plonko fix his hovercraft. Ugh, no, that's the worst part. It always rhymed. Charity Barity. Pink Night Merity. Charity Barity. I just don't care-ity. Oh, that's perfect. Geez, they sure made a lot of these books. I think they're still making them. This one looks pretty old. Charity Barity. Danger everywhere-ity. That's vague and disconcerting. Could have just kept updating that one. This is like my best written dialogue. Oh my god, it's so wonderful. You just learn so much about them. Yeah, danger everywhere. These two are the best together. I don't even know what I was supposed to do up here. Maybe nothing. Maybe just that. Just learn of the vague dangerousness of life. Oh, okay. I have to go up more floors. Oh wow, it's dusty up here. It's old up here. Sure is. Maybe your ghost is up here. Yep, ghost. Or something. Whatever he was, he walked through a chain link fence, or flew over it, or something, while carrying something. All right, well, that's even more impressive. So we're gonna go find this guy, because he took someone. And he's like somehow connected to this thing I've been going through. And that's not good. That all sounded a lot more badass in my head. It's okay, it was fine. They're just perfect for each other. Okay, what do we got here? All right, there she is. Cool. So, I have no idea how to use it. Really? I can't know how to do everything. I'm sorry, but what expertise have you brought to this thus far? There it is. This whole thing was my idea. God, I love this. No, your idea was ghost hunting. My idea is to do at least a tiny bit of research on it. If you think it's so stupid, why are you here? Because you're my friend, you asshole. Oh. Oh. Oh, we friends be it. Oh my god. She can't let her get away with that. Here, let me get this set up. We'll be here all night if your dumbass is in charge. They have the best friendship. Alright, so what are we looking for? I want to steer. No. Move, I'm steering. Oh, geez, May. I'm sorry. Okay. How do we do this? Step 1, look at the screen. Step 2, move around and look at stuff. Step 3, find ghost. Sure. Events. The last trolley will make its run September 4th. Bernie Goss, the longest employee with 25 years. As an operator, will pick up passengers starting at the Market Street Tunnel. Okay. Strange but true, a tale of teeth. This ongoing series about the weird and forgotten aspects of Deep Hollow County history and culture. Bad bosses figure heavily into Possum Springs history, and this morbid tale of crime and secret societies is no exception. The story goes, in 1870, a local mine boss was skimming workers on their pay. Shocking! A group of miners confronted him while he was in the act. He denied everything, with many a slur, and punched the miners' leader, Darnell Glace, in the face, causing him to lose his last remaining tooth. The miners knew how much Darney's tooth meant to him, and they descended on the boss. A few held the boss down, while others removed all of his teeth with pliers. The teeth were passed out to the miners, and a secret society was created with a vow to protect the workers' interests. Membership was based on owning one of these teeth, and each was marked with a symbol of their choosing. These symbols were used around the coal patch to organize meetings and make announcements. The boss survived his attack, but never named his attackers, for fear of implicating himself. When died a few years later, members dug up his grave to retrieve his skull. It was used in ceremonies performed before going out for retribution. All would gather round, place their teeth into the sockets, and later retrieve their tooth after the retribution was completed. Upon a member's death, their tooth would be passed to a new member. Teeth of members in jail would be left in their sockets until their fates were decided. After the strike of 1889, the society dwindled. Occasionally, a descendant of one of these men will find a tooth with strange markings in their home. Strange, but true. Huh. Yeah, maybe you should have paid them a fair fucking wage. They don't get your teeth snatched. Possum Massacre. Severe violence broke out at the Stafford Mine strike today. The bosses arrived to attempt to renew talks and were taunted by some of the children present. Rocks were thrown at the National Guard, and strike breakers opened fire on the crowd. Holy shit. After a few minutes, the smoke cleared and the gory scene revealed. 9 miners are dead, with a dozen more injured. A young brother and sister were also shot dead as they were delivering a package of food to their father and uncle, who was on strike below when the shooting broke out. A photograph of the 2 children, aged 7 and 9, who were shot in cold blood, has circulated far outside our little county. The heinous act led to a personal visit from the governor to the strike site to meet with strikers. Independent inspectors were also brought in, and talks finally began. 45 days since the start of the strike. The bosses have agreed to comply to the current safety standards to honor the demands of the miners. Okay, I'm kind of starting to feel like there is a bigger problem with the history of work in Possum Springs past, of which the ripples are still probably felt to this very day. Sound off. Opinion line. We would like to remind the men of our town to please refrain from spitting on the sidewalk. This unsanitary habit is unseemly and beneath you. Parents, please be sure your daughters are not participating in the new trends of skirts showing the ankles. Scandalous. I do not think we need to remind you which road of brimstone this temporary fashion trend will lead your daughters down. Your dear daughters down. I have been witnessing more and more teenaged girls coming into our town on a Saturday night, unchaperoned, using vulgar slang terms, certainly unfit for me to print here, and blocking the sidewalks by walking arm in arm. They are loud and also flirt with boys unabashedly while smoking cigarettes. These young ladies need to be stopped before our young ladies get any ideas, or our boys fall in with the wrong girl. Ah yes, protect those men. Young men have been seen around Possum Springs engaging in the ridiculous behavior of wearing mismatched patterns on their suits. This type of outfit may be all the rage in Bright Harbor, but good luck getting any respectable businessman around here to employ you. You all look like rabid clowns. Councilman Jinskaya's plan for 3rd Street is a joke. What else is there to say? Wow. That's a lot of opinions. Ghostly rumors. Oh, this must be it. Okay, let me check out some of these other ones before we check that out. Oh. There's a couple ghost stuff. New old store in town center. The Old Pickaxe hardware store is set to have its grand opening this Saturday. We received a sneak peek of the store yesterday, and our town will benefit greatly from this new addition. Roy Burge is bringing 25 years of building experience into his new venture, and has stocked the shelves with all the nuts, bolts, and nails you would need for any project, plus the latest in tools. Stop by to see the latest trends in everything from handsaws to hammers. Okay, that's where B works. Strike! The strike at Stafford Mine has been called. The idea first arose after the memorial for the 1888 explosion victims. Miners gathered in the home of Arthur Borowski to continue the memorial to their friends. Maybe that's Grandpa? Or some relative. They also began recounting all of the promises the bosses had reneged on the past year, including basic safety measures to avoid another explosion. A group of 20 miners entered the mines to begin the strike, and 30 more joined them before morning. All work has been stopped at the mine, and the miners are now striking in 8-hour shifts. Their wives and children have begun to bring food and water for the men. The bosses have stated that the mines are safer than they were a year ago, and that there is no need to act in this matter. Wow. I wonder if those bosses worked in the mines themselves, and that's how they could make that safety assessment. Local ghost, Little Joe, at it again. As the school children are quick to inform you, Possum Springs has at least one resident who won't show up on any census survey. Little Joe, purportedly the ghost of Joe Shade, a miner who died in a mysterious circumstance some decades ago, is a favorite spook story of the whimsical and weird members of our community. His most recent activities seem to involve getting up out of his coffin in the old section of Possum Springs Cemetery and strolling around, unnerving visitors to the largest graveyard in Deep Hollow County. His grave has become a destination for unruly and often destructive local youths, and as such, Possum Springs City Council is considering erecting an iron gate to protect the historical tombstones that fill the small hollow where Joe Shade lies buried. Police have also stepped up patrols in the area. So be warned, thrill seekers. You may not see a ghost, but you may see a fine for trespassing. Okay, ghost stuff. Got a little story here about Posse, the statue, and the history of teens vandalizing it as a sort of rite of passage of some kind. And they're taking it down. Okay. Pie piracy. Dear citizens, please make note to keep your pies safe during the pleasant weather we are experiencing. Several ladies have reported pies from their kitchens disappearing at alarming rates. Even worse, the picky culprit is leaving behind only the rhubarb pies. Until this criminal is caught off, or the bad weather returns, we remind our housewives to make use of their pie safes indoors or stick to rhubarb. The tragedy. Okay. A couple more stories here. This one is about stories of hallucinations due to the emergence of underground gases. Exposure to specific underground gases leads certain victims to experience waking dreams, auditory hallucinations, and a sense of unseen presences. Preliminary tests indicate the gas is present in the homes, and mining officials are moving the residents until more tests can be completed. Okay, so it could be a scientific explanation. So there's been a long-standing history of, labor dispute. Workers' rights. Okay, let's check out this one. Ghostly rumors. Someone reporting some spooky activity. I think that's all of them, really. This is interesting, but yeah, not exactly about a ghost. Oh, okay, I have to like click on them. Oh, look. Scoosh so I can see. Graveyard, that's a gimme. I mean, if you're looking for ghost stuff, that's where they make a lot of them. Looks like they saw him in the old section. Oh, cool. That's where his grave is. I'm actually interested in that. How could you not be interested? This is like actual dangerous ghost stuff. I like history. Ghosts are history. History that won't stay history. That's actually pretty good. It is pretty good. No ghost to be found here. The way you say ghost, it sounds like you don't believe me. This one? No ghost. No ghost here. No ghost here. Okay, maybe they don't have something to say about all of them. Spectral happenings. Hey, look at this. Yeah, looks like Possum Jump. Let me read it. It's Possum Jump. Okay, yeah, that's back up at the state park, right? Yeah. Ever been up there? Nope. Gonna check it out though. Go nuts. It's actually probably only a mile or so from Mrs. Miranda's house. Back up in the hills. All kinds of stuff up there. Well, I'll try to avoid any basements or corpse husbands. Co-signed. Ghosts. Hey, hey, hey! Ghost spotted! Historical Society? History that won't stay history. In a history place. History place? Yeah, I've never been. You didn't go back in school? I think this is when I wasn't in school. Oh, after the softball incident. Softball? Yeah, mostly just watched TV and did therapy. Well, it's actually a pretty cool old house. Used to be owned by one of the mine owners or something. Railroad? Mine? Steel mill? Something like that? An actual haunted house. No. Elementary school kids are there all the time. They have like summer arts and crafts programs. Oh, well, still worth checking out. Okay, well that's like 3 leads. Let's boogie. Let's boogie. Also, is that it? Okay, yeah, I think that's it. We've got 3 leads. You're a regular detective. Mae Borowski, a detective of ghosts. All right, let's go. So the softball incident. Okay, I'm getting little crumbs of history. So we've got some leads. Can I borrow your car this week? Do you even have a license? I mean, no. Regardless. But do you? Nope. No license, no credit cards. Don't believe in money. You just believe in other people's cars and money. I didn't choose to be born into this society. Okay, well, I have, a job, so I can't drive you around to all of these spots. I can maybe do the graveyard. I need to go there anyway. Cool. I'll see if Greg wants to do the other 2. And I probably don't have to say this, but just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Hey, nerd. Ever hear that history repeats? She is so fucking funny. It does. It does the same thing over and over again. So we've just been in a loop since we were living in caves. Yeah, that's science. Oh my freaking god. Oh man. Whoa. What is Selmer's doing here? Ahem. What is that Miss Kelsey? Oh wow, haven't seen her since graduation. She was always kind of a badass. School district did not fund that art program at all, but she made it work. She was like some sort of art teacher survivalist. Wow, I never realized. I think they pay her in bits of string and empty soda cans. Thank you all for coming to this second meeting of the Possum Springs Poetry Society. Do you want to stick around for this? Yes. Tonight we have new poems from myself and Fisherman Jones and Selma. Selma and Forrester. I will start us off with one of my own. They don't actually pay her in string, right? Yes, May. They literally pay her in string. I was just joking. Right. Letter to my worst student. To my worst student, the subject of my stories, I tell friends back home when they ask about life out here in the sticks. It's you. I worry. At the end of my life, you will be the only one I remember. Why did you key my car? I know. It was you, Brian. Thanks, everyone. Is that legal? What? Talking about details about students like that? She didn't name names. Yes, she did! Okay, no full names. Next up, Fisherman Jones. Fisherman Jones. Oh, it's the guy from the tunnel. Two poems. They're short, though. 2 poems! Take it away. Hi, folks. Thanks. This is called Tunnel Eels. Tunnel eels, tunnel eels. I do not know how it feels to be in darkness all the time, born in muck and raised in slime. But neither do you know paths I've trudged, so it hardly is your place to judge. Okay, that's 1 poem. The next one is shorter. This is called Tunnel Frogs. Tunnel Frogs swims in the dark. Must think it would be a lark to be a fisherman like me. But what do you know? Amphibii. That's it. That's great. Thank you, Fisherman Jones. Dude is really worried about what fish think. That tunnel always spooks me. Finally, a poem by Selma and Forrester. Yay, Selmers! Thanks, May. You know her? Dude, she's like your name. Oh. She writes these really funny, dorky short poems. I'm up for something short and funny. This is called There's No Reception in Possum Springs. She's not wrong. No reception here. I wave my black phone. In the air like a flare, like a prayer, but no reception. I read on the internet, babyface boy billionaire. Phone app sold, made more money in one day than my family over 100 generations. More than my whole world ever has. World where house buying jobs became rent paying jobs, became living with family jobs. Boy billionaires. Money is access. Access to politicians, waiting for us to die. Lead in our water, alcohol and painkillers. Replace my job with an app. Replace my dreams of a house and a yard with a couch in the basement. The future is yours. Forced 24/7 entrepreneurs. I just want a paycheck and my own life. I'm on the couch, in the basement. They're in the house, in the yard. Some night I'll catch a bus out to the West Coast and burn their Silicon City to the ground. Holy shit. Wow. Damn. Huh. She rhymed entrepreneur. I don't even know what that word means. Dude, Selmers has just ascended to the ceiling of coolness. There's just nowhere else for her to go. Thanks, everyone. Is she always like this? No. Wow. Huh. Thanks, everyone. See you in 2 weeks. Hey, Selmers. What? I liked your weird poem. Thanks, I wrote it myself. Wait, was the assumption that she didn't write it Nice work, Smelmer. I don't like that nickname. What are you two? Sorry. It's cool. Can we go now? Dude. I'm fucking blown away. Oh, jeez. If that doesn't tell you what the soul of the youth in Possum Springs are living through, I think the city council members need to hear that one. Okay. Thanks for coming. Not that it's exactly like laid at their feet to fix those problems, but they may be able to realize, the city council members, that it is not them versus the youth. Really, in the grand scheme of things, the youth of this town and those who are in charge of running it are on the same side of that disfavored equation towards the people in fucking Silicon Valley and everywhere else running the fucking show from the top down. This isn't an us versus them situation. It's a fucking rich versus poor situation. And we're all the poors. All the Disco Elysium playthrough refugees have finally found their station of commentary here in this game about a depressed cat. Okay, thanks for coming. We live here. Right. So, find out anything about your ghost? Yeah. Tell him, B. There were some newspaper clippings that talked about a ghost. Not just any ghost. Little Joe. I don't really remember Little Joe. He's a ghost miner. He died in mysterious circumstances. Wow. I know, right? Mysterious. I thought you were, like, afraid of this ghost? Like, filled with, like, dread and shit. I'm terrified. Okay. So it mentioned 3 different places we can all check out. I have work and stuff. Yeah, Greg and I also have work. You guys skip out on work all the time. Maybe we can, like, split this up. Share custody of you and your ghost. Oh, that's so adorable. What places were you thinking about? The graveyard? I call that one. It's close and not illegal. Is there an illegal one? Sure is. The Historical Society. You know, you don't have to, like, break in. The people there, like, get paid to show it to you. Shut up, B. Anyway, I'm in for the Historical Society. Awesome. So what did I get stuck with? Possum Jump. I know Possum Jump. We used to go there in Scouts. Perfect. Okay, I need to, like, actually get home and do work. This is gonna be awesome! And also, I'm scared to death. Oh my gosh. The writing is so good. Selmers. Upgraded from a poet to a good poet. Thought, if I die, Selmer should write a poem about it. Wait. Is that one of the teeth? Arthur Borowski? The story about him and the strike and the miners? Did Arthur Borowski beat that fucking guy to death? That fucking boss? And rip his teeth out? Or maybe it was just passed down to him? No, the timeline would match up that he was one of them. Holy shit. May's rebellious nature uncovered. Yeah, seems like that's going around. The yippers. So, you and Mom had a bit of a fight yesterday, huh? Yeah. I thought you two were getting along. We are. Just a bump. You two, always two alike. I guess. I got your chill and her smart-ass-ness. I just hate to see you two go on the outs again. It'll be fine. We're cool. So we're having money problems. What? No, we're fine. Dad. May. It's fine. It's okay. I'm 20. I can handle it. Nothing to handle. Okay. Might just head up to bed tonight. Sounds good, kid. Been a long couple days. Once again, remember what I said earlier. This is the environment that she's coming home to. There are money troubles. We know this. You know, Mom was pretty open about them. And I think that that was appropriate to shield her from that when she was younger. And they're allowing her to be welcomed into that conversation now that she is mature enough to understand it, and also to understand her role in the issues that they're having, but also potentially helping get them out of it. You know, coming to the conclusion herself that she probably needs to get a job at some point. As great as it would be to just hijack the stolen wealth back from billionaires. But this is a very safe, non-toxic stress environment for her to come home to, despite there actually being stressful things going on. And the way her parents have preserved that for her, I think, is really a testament to them. And a point of really like strong character for May, that she does not have to open that valve. Like, here Dad is saying, don't worry about it. But she's going to continue to inquire anyways, because she's feeling like I can do something maybe, or, you know, I want to help. Like, she's not coming into the situation like, oh, okay, I can just, you know, fuck off then, because if they say there's no stress, there's no stress. Like, she's actually welcoming it as a part of her own reality, which I think is, you know, a sign of her actually maturing. It's quite the day. It's quite the day that we've had. We got some messages. Hey, May, let me know when you want to go to the park. I looked up a map, and it's pretty straight. It's a pretty straight shot up to Possum Jump. Okay, great. We never really get a chance to hang out. It'll be fun, I think. Okay, I'm going to sleep. Night, sir. Tips hat. Oh, sick. We get to hang out with fucking Angus. Yo, I looked up the Historical Society on the internet. It's real old, but then they did big renovations. Oh, really? I mean, listen, I'm not saying there's a ghost, but old stuff that just got torn up seems like Ghost Central. How so? You're a ghost hanging out in an old house, and then someone puts in a pool where you died or something? Haunted pools would be actually pretty scary. I'm spooked. I'm going to bed. Hey, let me know when you want to hit the cemetery. I should be around most nights this week. Oh, IGK, thanks, B. Don't thank me too hard. I'm going there anyway, and it's like right down the road. You're ruining this. Oh, in that case. You are so incredibly welcome, and also better not forget this big favor. That's more like it. I'm falling asleep. Had fun tonight. Sorry if I was grouchy. It's just... It's fine. Oh my gosh. Wait, did you fall asleep? Lol. Oh, I love these friends. They're so wonderful. Bedtime? Yes. Nightmare? Possible. Atmosphere is definitely getting spookier. Oh. There's my own kitty. Do you want to talk? Do you want to finish the episode for me? Kitty, what do you think about the wealth that the billionaire class has stolen from the rest of society? Do you think that they should give it back? Do you think that they should be forced to give it back? Either through extreme taxation, or perhaps some sort of scenario like those miners came up with to solve their problem? I don't know. It was a pretty clever solution. Going on strike, of course. Not the other stuff. But the demanding workers' rights stuff. You know, for safety and for livable wages. I'll take your silence as complete agreement. Things are getting kind of weird in May's dreams. So that looks like B and I don't know, some of the other people. Okay, here we are. What? So that structure of dream was similar to ones before we started having nightmares, but a little more disturbing. What do we got? Away message. Planets are to be pitied as they cannot know how big and cool they are. Dr. Kathleen Conklin, National Astronomy Agency. Dude, my mouth tastes weird this morning. Like a tire. I'll be at work trying to wash it out with whatever is in the cooler. Last night inspired me. For longest night, I'm getting you a library card. You're welcome. What? I thought she was gonna like write a poem or something. It'd be pretty sick. I would love to read B's poetry. Okay. It's that time again to talk to Mom. Morning, sunshine. You feeling okay? You look a little limp. Weird dreams. Weird night. You say weird a lot. Just being honest. You taking headache meds? They're in the bathroom cabinet. Yeah, I am. They're kind of working, kind of not. Well, maybe you need more sleep. I mean, more than the 10 hours or so you already get. You've always been my sleepy girl. Ugh. What did you do last night? Went to the library with B. That sounds nice. It was. Weird. Interesting. Okay, gotta go. Be safe, hon. Take it easy. You really do look a little tired. Getting out makes me feel better. Me too. Maybe it's a good day to get out in the fresh air. I'll let you know. Bye, sweetie. What's she reading? Nice and sunny today. I hate rainy days. Just want to never leave bed. I love them. Nice and gray. Sun's too bright sometimes. Need some cloudies. Alright, I'm out. Okay. So it would seem that we're going out on our little ghost hunting adventure next. I have a lot of questions still about what happened in the past. Whatever this sort of softball incident was. We're getting little pieces of that history. But I think one thing is really clear. The things that are unique about May are not coincidental. When you start looking at someone's life, and not just in their home environment, and the things that they've had to do to adapt to that, or how they've adapted to things outside of that environment, you start to understand their behaviors and their perspective a lot more clearly. And maybe not everything can be explained by this, but it can certainly account for a lot of it. I think the traces of what makes May so fun and in some ways naive and sheltered, but I don't think it's a bad thing to have that kind of privilege. They're not necessarily like financially privileged. It didn't require $1 billion, for example, to give this kid a safe, healthy home environment to grow up in. It just took giving a shit, which is actually free. So somehow, if the rest of the world could figure out what this genius and her husband seem to have figured out all on their own, maybe it would be an easier place to be for everyone. Well, that's enough from me today. I think I've let myself unwind quite enough this episode. Thank you for listening and for watching. As always, remember to be good to yourselves, especially if no one else is. And I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.